Okay. Welcome, children of the popcorn. We're doing something casual. It's a casual fit episode for tonight. It is I, Mr. Popcorn. Say hello, people.
Hello,
Hi.
people.
Hello.
Yes, we were going to do The Ugly Stepsister, but our beloved bat piercings went wrong. I'm sure some of you know what I mean.
Oh no.
So, yeah, yeah. So we're going to let them heal and
Hang
wait till
on,
the
hang
bat
on. The bat
comes
wasn't
back.
sucked into an MRI machine, was she?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
gosh.
Oh,
I
yeah.
have not your
Yeah.
face.
No, just some information. That's yeah.
Check out
It's
our Final Destination episode. So, The Ugly Stepsister with the Bat will be in the future. So, for now, we're doing top five overrated horror movies. Yes, this is our chance to finally speak our truth. Baron,
yeah.
speak your
Yeah.
truth. What is your number five?
Number five at the bottom of the list of the five most overrated horror movies, in my personal opinion, is The Howling. It's not as good as The American Wolf in London, which came out about the same time. In my opinion, it isn't as good as people make it out to be because there is something more superior that had a lower budget that came out at the same time.
Okay.
Mm.
Mm.
People disagree. I've
Yeah.
never seen it.
Yeah.
Full
Oh,
disclaimer, I
wow.
haven't seen it. Yeah.
Oh,
Fight
goodness.
me.
This
No,
this
I know.
will
I need
help
to.
you
I need
too,
to.
like
I know.
the films that you haven't seen, because it's always good to watch something that somebody else doesn't like because you
Mm.
Yeah,
totally love something that somebody
Yeah.
doesn't like. Again, like we
exactly.
said, it's just opinion. So, I don't agree with every single horror opinion or
No,
like
no, no.
review out there. Sometimes it makes me want to see it for myself, the worse that it gets. So, yeah.
Mm.
Uh,
So do you guys disagree with the Baron and why, please, if you do?
I agree that it's no American Werewolf in London. I don't think anything ever will be. I like, special effects wise,
Mm.
American Werewolf
Rick Baker, yeah.
Mm.
but just knocks it out of the park. You
I,
just cannot.
I
Um,
will just point out though that American Werewolf in London is no Dog Soldiers.
True.
Oh, we're gonna have a ranking episode.
yeah,
Another
we're gonna have to
ranking
do a
episode.
werewolf episode just for you, I think. Like just
Yeah.
a
I
werewolf episode.
I
Uh,
love American Werewolf in London. It is an amazing
Yeah,
movie,
it
yeah.
is.
but Dog Soldiers beats it for me, personal opinion.
Mm.
Personally, I don't know, it's terrible to say. I didn't love Dog Soldiers. I keep trying and trying with this film, but I don't know. I don't know. I guess it's like a war movie. I've never been that big person anyway, so they probably
Not
lose
a
me.
war movie.
Uh, yeah.
No, I'm not either. Yeah, yeah. No, there's like two. Yeah, Apocalypse
Yeah.
Now and Jacob's Ladder.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's another episode. That's another episode. Vanessa, what do you reckon of the Howling and Baron's opinion there?
Well, I really enjoy The Howling. It's one of my favorites. It's definitely not the best movie in its genre. It's definitely better than most of its sequels, though. I don't know if
Oh
you guys
yeah,
have seen
So I've heard. So I've
some of
heard.
those.
Yeah, I've heard about
yeah.
part three in
The
particular.
marsupials.
Oh,
Yeah.
I enjoy
Yeah.
the marsupials. I
Yeah,
think when it
I
got
actually
to
do.
the I think they made a few of them in the mid 2000s and they are not the best films I've ever seen.
But not the worst. Yeah.
Yeah.
But overrated, overrated how? It's not really that like overrated. I think it's very more culty. Like American
Hmm.
London is mainstream. Everybody knows.
Yeah.
No.
But that no, not many people are really into that. So how does it fit into this concept?
Mm.
As
So,
overrated.
okay, so I'll give a little bit of background on this as well. The making of The Howling, they actually had access to a bunch of the tech from American Wealth in London. So the special effects guys that did The Howling were working with Rick Baker on American Werewolf, and they split off.
Mm.
And so you'll notice there is a very similar transformation sequence
Mm.
between American Werewolf and The Howling,
Yeah.
and it is identical tech. They got permission from Rick Baker to use the tech that they had borrowed from American Werewolf.
Yeah, right.
Hmm.
Okay,
So I
okay,
think
interesting. Hmm.
with that in the background, it should have been better than it was. It should have been closer to what American Werewolf was, but
Uh-huh.
it suffered And in my opinion, it's gotten a greater rating because of that cultishness of it than it probably deserves.
That's fair.
technically.
Okay, nicely put. Nicely put.
Yeah.
Quick question to the group. The Company of Wolves or Company of Wolves, I forget the exact
Ooh.
title. Have we seen
Company of
this?
Wolves.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah. That's in my
Classic.
top. That's in my top werewolf films.
It's
Just wanted to
another
see
one.
if people saw it. Yeah.
Another one of those films that I watched way too early to really
Yeah.
understand the whole premise and the whole concept of
hmm
this film.
hmm
So it's one of those
hmm
things that just seeped right into your subconscious, and you're just like, "What was that film that I saw?" And then I saw it years later. I'm like, "That's that fucking film."
Yeah,
You
the
know?
transformation
Yeah,
scene was very
yeah,
impressive
yeah,
in that movie as
Yeah.
well. Yeah, I would have to shout out that movie for the transformation
yeah.
scene. If you don't know it, children, it's by Neil Jordan, the guy who did The Crying Game once upon a time, and it's basically a dark version of Red Riding
Man with
Hood.
these eyebrows that meet in the
Yeah.
center.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
had Angela Lansbury in it.
Yeah,
Murder, She Wrote was
Angela
She's
Lansbury in
grandma.
horror.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
God.
It's crazy.
Mm.
All right, who wants to go next?
Fine.
Okay,
I was
thank you,
like,
G.
and why not?
Oh,
All
hang
right,
on, I gotta get ready to fight.
you ready for the fight? Okay, I am going with. Well, are we going to the fifth first? Are we?
Yeah, five, please.
We're
Yeah, do
working
rounds.
down. All right.
Yeah.
I am going for Jeepers Creepers.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's just an implausible film, and I'm like, I get fantasy. I use my ability to sort of, suspend my belief in many fantasy concepts. But this one, I could not fucking do that with this.
Okay.
I could never, like, this creature that can drive a car, apparently.
Yep.
Has his own license plate.
He has a
Yeah,
that
license
sucks.
plate, right?
That
He has a
sucks when they
license
do that. Yeah.
plate,
Yeah.
but comes back every 23 years which
hmm
I had to read actually on something today when I was sort of doing a bit more research about it, was that he kills the people to take their organs, to replenish his organs that are failing
Mm.
on his
Yep.
body. I'm like, that never comes up anywhere, anytime in any of the films. I had to actually
No, it
read
doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Yes,
No.
I
it
had to
does.
read
Yeah, it
that.
Does it?
does. Yeah.
When he gets his
It's
head cut off,
explained.
he sees
In
the
the
head
in
and
the
puts it
eyes,
on.
he'll take your eyeballs or whatever, but it doesn't really state that he's replenishing his organs.
Hmm.
I don't know. Maybe I missed it. Maybe I
Yeah, it's been
totally.
ages
Yeah,
since I saw it. I'm
Yeah,
sure if I
I
missed
do
that.
recall that being explained in one of the films.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to, yeah, because maybe I just missed that whole explanation of why he exists. But I mean, like, okay. The
Hmm.
first one, we've got him disposing of the body. This is like, and then this place where this creature has lived clearly for perpetually, forever in some sense. Has to have been. Every 23 years comes back. It's throwing these bodies down a drain pipe that
Yep.
easily can be found. What? This lair has never been found. There's never been anything like any construction. Nothing's freaking happened in all those years to find this lair. Yeah, it's so hard because I can't explain it because it's so stupid. I just
hmm
Can I,
don't get
can,
this film. It's probably the
Sure.
worst creature feature I've ever seen.
Wow.
So
can
that
I
Yeah,
can I blow your mind just very briefly, Ginois?
yeah,
So the reason his lair is where it is because the writer wrote the creeper as
yeah.
a cicada.
mm,
Cicadas go underground to pupate, and
This
they
makes
come
sense.
back on a yearly cycle.
Yeah,
So the church and the drain just happened to be built over where his lair was. And
yeah.
when he comes out of the ground every 23 years,
So when they built the church, they didn't find anything underground at all,
well, they
right?
didn't look.
And no construction,
so
no construction issues there.
so
My
that
sister pool put in, and they found debris. They've had dead dogs found, whatever. Like you
so
never
the opening scene to that was actually based off an episode of Unsolved Mysteries.
Yep.
Yeah,
So, for anyone who doesn't know, it was loosely
Yeah.
based on the true crime story of Dennis Depew. Someone had actually seen him dumping a body at a school, and they
Yeah.
recreated that in the show. And so that opening scene of Jeepers Creepers is virtually a shot by shot replay, just with the creature instead.
Yeah. And look, and that's great, because a lot of things come from true crime.
Mm.
Yeah.
But there's no real connection to something like that where yeah.
Having
Yeah,
said what I
Having a
that's
hard
said
fair. Yeah.
time.
about,
Having a hard time with that
said
one.
what I said about the cicada, though, I
Yeah.
will give you his ability to drive and register a vehicle.
That you see, that really annoys me. He's driving a car. He knows how to use a stick shift or whatever. Like,
It was supposed to be a bit of a horror comedy,
Yeah.
though. So
Yeah,
Was
it
it?
should have had more comedy in its horror to make it
Okay.
more, comedy horror.
Wow.
But
Okay.
I'd just like to point out that the director was a horrible person.
Yeah,
oh,
this
that's
is
good because he made a horrible film.
Horrible
So
piece
there
of
you
shit.
go. Yeah. And they
like
just got
kill him
worse
now
as they went.
horrible. Kill
Mm.
him now
Yeah.
horrible.
Yeah.
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 And it's
He,
very dark. Did he write the movie?
I believe
No,
so.
oh, did he?
Or maybe he did. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. But
Yeah,
I
because
do know that
considering what
he
he
no
did,
longer has the
yeah, yeah,
rights to the franchise. It has been
Yeah.
sold off now. So
yeah.
the reboot, which
After
look, I
reboot.
know a lot of people didn't love the reboot, but that was
You.
not associated with
Oh,
the
no.
original
Yeah.
director.
You were right. He wrote it.
Okay,
Yeah,
so the
there
fact
you
that he's looking at these, like he saw something happen near a school sort of thing and looked into that, and then when he did what he did on the film set,
go.
and
Oh, horrible.
it's very
Yeah,
creepy,
the
very
creepo
creepy.
enjoys that.
That's not to do with
it's a crime.
overrated, though. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, no. But and it does have,
Again,
yeah, it does have a
just
cult
plausible.
following. The cult following this one.
I
don't
think
think
so.
so.
I think
Really?
so.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't-
okay. No, it is a beloved film.
I don't
Lots of
want to be
people
part
do
of
like the first one. I don't care either way. I liked the first film, but I hold no emotional attachment to it. So
No.
what you
Mm.
say is
And
perfectly fine to me.
I'm a big creature feature person, but yeah, demon in a trench coat who drives a car. That was just
And flies.
and flies
Yes.
underneath.
Don't
The wings
forget he
underneath that
flies.
trench coat. The wings are
does
underneath
fly.
that trench coat somewhere. Like, come on.
It's not a trench coat. It's wings.
Is it
Mm.
the trench coat wings? That's the cicada part, is it? It's like,
Mm.
The cicada part. It's
Yeah.
like that's the Indian burial ground. Oh, you build a
like,
church over a
hide
cicada
its wings under the
graveyard.
trench coat fabric.
This is what happens.
Okay.
So I don't entirely agree, but it was very funny.
Funny,
That was a
yeah.
very funny
I don't want to
analysis.
go back again. I don't need
All right.
to see it another time.
I'll go next. So since we're going boy girl here, all right. This is overrated because this movie's huge. It would be called iconic to speak in modern parlance. It is M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong's The Sixth Sense.
Fuck.
It's boring. It is deathly boring. And I picked
My number
the
4.
twist. Okay, yep. All right, so we can
Was
join
it
in
your
now
number
if you want to,
four?
Baron.
Yeah.
Yeah?
My number 4.
The twist I saw from the beginning, pretty much, and everyone just seems asleep.
It's a pretty classic twist, isn't it?
Yeah, but I saw it.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, yes.
not difficult. It is not a complicated
No, it's
twist
not.
whatsoever. And
Yeah.
everyone's going, "Oh, amazing! This guy, the Twist King."
He's dead. I'm sure you haven't seen it before. I just ruined the movie for you. That's it.
I'm not an M. Night
He's
fan.
dead.
You may
It's
be
over.
picking this up. And the way it was
disclaimer.
coloured and lit, it was like one of those horrible brown natural wool cardigans that just made it. It's just itchy.
The
I want to get it
stakes
off.
appear
Can't.
way too late in the film. The
Yeah, they-
stakes.
Yeah. So the reveals.
Too late.
Yeah.
I know where
They-
he's going for with
Go.
it. Like the others, was a much better kind of version of that idea.
Yeah, it was.
Ghostbusters was a better version of that idea.
So yeah, not a new idea. It's hard to get new ideas in film, but there are good ways to do something and not so good.
Yeah.
And for me, nah. Yeah, not with this one. I was not sold. It took me, I actually didn't mind Signs, but it took me to Split to actually go, okay, this guy can actually really direct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was well into Split. But that's just me. It's just me.
But Split was a trilogy, so you have to start from the beginning. I like
M. Night, I couldn't do what you do. Films are hard to make. These are just our
oh,
opinions. This
100%.
is just for fun. We've been holding our
Yeah,
tongues for
yeah, yeah.
decades on certain
I
films,
know.
as
We
everyone
love
has.
you.
This
We
is our
work in the
chance. Yeah.
industry. Please still hire us.
Yeah, I'll go
We
to one of your
just,
films.
please, we love films. Uh,
Okay, so
we
yeah,
don't know. We don't have all the answers.
that's my number five, Sixth Sense.
Yeah.
Vanessa, Suxy, what do you have?
Well, I only came up with 4 films so far. If I think of a fifth, I will let you know. I do struggle with finding overrated films. I do try to find the good in
Yeah.
everything, but there are a few that have irked me over the
Yeah.
years. I'm going to start with 1999's The Blair Witch Project. Look, I love certain aspects of this film. When I first saw it, I was a child still. I'd rented it out from the video store when it was on new release, and I didn't. Uh,
I get you. I get you. I love the
it's a lot
vibe
of
of the thing, but the film itself
And
is.
her.
yeah,
Uh,
it was a great
yeah.
concept for its time. I know people who back in the day had downloaded it illegally before it was out at the cinema. They didn't know anything about it. They watched it and truly believed that what they saw was a real story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It did
Which
have
It
the
is
was the
great.
quality
It
Ghost
had
to
Watch.
it.
It was the
amazing
Ghost Watch
marketing.
of the 90s. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
had fantastic marketing for its time.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, it's just a bunch of people screaming and crying at a camera
Wandering
for
around the woods, yelling at
exactly.
each
Look,
other.
it has sparked some amazing parodies. Like, you can go out
Yeah.
there, check them out. But and like that ending, me as a child, with trying not to spoil the film for anyone who hasn't seen it yet. You
30
know,
years
it's
I hope.
you know, they walk in and the guy's there looking in the corner, and
This is where I disagree.
as a
This-
child, I thought he was inside pissing on a wall, and that was the reason why she was so
Oh,
freaking out.
oh,
So
that's so sweet there. You thought that.
I did not understand that ending. I now know, you know, it was
He's a
because of the
drunk
witch and
guy
the
sitting on a
legend.
wall.
But I would freak out like that too if someone was pissing on the wall inside. So that's what I thought was
Sure.
going on.
That's fair.
Okay.
What do you think of the sequels of them, though?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I
Okay.
thought the sequels, it gets better through time.
does
I love the books. If anyone go out and read them, it's
Oh,
like
okay.
it follows on from the original story, and it's like it's a real thing in the books, and it's the lore of it, and it goes
I
on
think they
through
do grow
extra
this
parts of the
lore
story.
well. Like,
Yeah.
Okay,
It
okay.
starts off some great things, but the first
Yeah.
film, oh my gosh, it's a lot of screaming.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's the Blair Bitch
No.
Project. That's what it is.
Can I? Okay. Blair Witch Project. Yes, I hear exactly what you are saying, because upon rewatch 20 or so years later, apart from the end shot, I do agree with you. It does not stand up technologically. Like a kid
Mm.
watching this in 2025 will be like, huh? Old
Yeah.
people, Gen X, what are you up to? I get it, yeah.
Is
But
this
when
shot on
it
a
came,
potato?
Yeah.
when it came out, though, I mean, which you have, highlighted, the impact was huge. It pretty much is the reason why we have found footage, and I am a fan
very
of found
true.
footage.
Mhm.
But that end part, I get you're a kid, yeah, when you saw it. But that end
Yep.
part upon the rewatch, that is one of my favorite shots in cinema still, because it is a beautiful blending of documentary and myth. Yeah, everything, all the concept was summed up in that one shot, and I think that's
Yeah.
really cool. Yeah, that's all. That's my bit. Yeah, yeah.
And I love that we never do see anything. We don't see
Mm.
what we're afraid of. And I think that's
Yeah.
the first time we really got offered that. Everything had to have a bad guy, a devil, something that is actually chasing you that you get a reveal of in the end. This you just never get. You get the
Ah,
storyline, you get the
Mm.
idea of her,
this
you get but you don't ever get revealed the character.
They leave it to the
this
imagination.
That's right.
yeah. Baron, you're number four.
And you've already mentioned my number 4, which is
Yeah.
Yep.
yes.
Sixth Sense. Anything you want to say about it?
Yeah. Look, my first my note that I put next to it on my list here was the stakes just feel like they come too late in the movie. The film was flatlining until that last second. It's like someone restarted the heart in the back end of the third act.
Yeah.
I would love to have had more stakes earlier in the film.
Mm.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm,
No,
mhm.
I get that for sure.
Yeah.
I think he wanted to hold back on the reveal of
Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, it was
He's
too
a
late.
weird filmmaker. He hits and misses. He
Yeah.
takes wild swings. When he
Oh,
hits, he
so
really hits. But when he misses, my God, does he
he
miss?
Yeah.
really
The,
I
misses.
think
the
Yeah.
I think
happening.
the biggest issue with M. Night Shyamalan is he's got a hammer, so every problem that he has in the film must look like a nail. So it's like
Yeah.
Mm.
my hammer is I need to
A
do a
great way to
twist
Yeah,
say
in.
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
So
yeah,
And
that's
he's
what
been
I'm going to
told
do.
that he's the twist king, so he has to
Yeah.
be the twist
yeah.
king, right?
Mhm.
Forever. Yeah, kind of. Yeah,
Yeah, that's my
nail
thing.
in
I
his
have
own
to do it.
coffin. Mm,
Yeah.
And
mm.
and realistically, if your twist isn't well written and you can't reveal it too early
Hmm.
because then you've got to support it through the rest of the film.
That's it. And
Um,
that's like with
so
old.
yeah,
Old definitely was just trying to pull that twist out of it. And I'm just like,
Well,
I was
Trap,
yeah,
he
think
revealed it
about
in the
that. Yeah.
trailer. The twist was revealed
yeah.
in the trailer of
It's in the
Yeah.
Trap.
trailer.
I
Mm.
Yeah.
mean, anyway. Um, is that all you want to
Done
say about Sixth Sense there?
it.
Yeah,
I
look,
think,
honestly, I think it's overrated because people people love it too much
Yeah.
for what is a really prosaic
mm,
plot twist.
mhm,
Mm.
Uh,
Yeah.
mhm.
you
But
know,
do they
having
love, or do
been
they love mocking it? Because I think people have great fun mocking it. A lot of, popular
50-50.
culture loves making fun of it. What a twist, you
Yeah,
know?
it's memed now, isn't it? It has become
Yeah.
memed. That
Yeah.
is true.
I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
the issue is because he's now moved on and he's got a better career than he had when he did The Sixth Sense.
Hmm.
I think people look back on it, they go, "Oh, that was true genius," and it's led him to this thing. It's like, no, it
Yeah,
was
yeah,
a
okay.
really good first movie,
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
but
yeah,
it
mostly.
wasn't as good as you make it out to be.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's the thing. That's the thing. Yeah,
Personal opinion.
exactly.
Okay.
G
You
Noir,
have
you're
one?
number four.
All right. My number four is It Follows.
Ah, it's on my list too.
Oh.
It's on
Oh,
my
is
list
it on
too.
your list? Oh
Excellent.
my God.
Yeah, that's my
This
number four.
film
It's my
is
number
just
four.
so
So yeah.
slow, 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 slow. It could have been a short film. That's the first problem.
Mm.
Yes.
This could have easily just been a short film.
Yeah.
Like this, I feel like you just kept on trying to add content purely for running time. That's
Mm.
all you were
Yeah.
doing with this
An
film.
extended Doctor Who episode.
Yeah.
Really?
And I don't mean that to be
A
derogatory.
double episode. No, we love Doctor Who around
Uh,
here.
we
Um,
we should point out though that none of us have contacted anyone else on this list prior to the
No, no,
podcast.
no, no, no,
Mm-mm.
So we
no,
haven't we
no.
haven't
Yeah,
got
which is
together and
cool.
gone, I'm going to do this one, I'm going
oh
to do that
yeah,
one. We'll
no,
match up
Which
with
is
it.
exactly.
cool.
Which
Which is,
we're
oh, I've got some
accidentally
coming.
merging it.
We
Yeah,
are
that's
all
right.
finding this out
Yeah,
fresh now on this recording.
we find out we hate the same things together, and I'm loving that. Why we're together.
Um, but what
But
else? What else? Inflo. Yeah, please.
also, the whole sexually transmitted
Ah,
demon entity possession, whatever the hell that is, it's clearly some almost Christian kind of indictment on immorality and sexual activity before marriage, and it is just in your face. It's just that's all it is. I'm like, this is what you get for being immoral creatures.
So
That's basically all that's
David
going on.
David Robert Mitchell, who is the writer and director of this, has a very strong faith-based story that goes through most of his movies.
okay.
You
All
can
right.
tell
All
it.
right. Okay.
You can tell it
Mm.
straight away without knowing that. Like I said, the word Christian, and I didn't want to kind of say that, but it's definitely very Christian. It's like one of those haunts that they have in America that are by Christians that want to like talk about, you're doing bad things and immoral acts,
Mm.
So it's like,
Oh shit! It's a chit
don't put
book.
the
It's a
baby in the
chit film.
microwave, while you're doing drugs, bad people. Yeah, it's just.
Okay.
I tried before this to watch it again because I hated it so much when I first watched it. Tried again, went, nah, still hate it so much. Like, really hate it a lot. But there is one really cool thing out of it. There is this, like, I'm trying to say anti-fan film on YouTube called It Follows Too Slowly. It's funny. and it's funny and it really mocks it, and so it's worth watching.
I
So
think I know
I
the one you mean,
definitely check
actually.
that out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Um,
Yeah.
it's my number four, so I agree
Yeah.
entirely. You've pretty
Yeah.
much said everything I wanted to say.
Yeah.
The score is amazing.
I do
Mm.
like the score.
Follows.
Yeah.
The
I will
score
give you
is
that.
absolutely
Yeah.
fantastic. One of
Yeah.
my favorite movie scores. I
I
really
can't
do.
spoil that.
Yeah, yeah. It's very Carpenter-esque.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
It adds the emotion to the feeling of impending doom.
And
Yeah.
I didn't know Micah before this, and I am a big Micah Monroe fan now, thanks to
Yeah.
Longlegs. Yeah, yeah. So
Mm.
there
Yeah.
is that
Oh
as well.
yeah.
Vanessa, you've been very quiet there about It Follows. How do you feel? Tell us.
Oh, I definitely agree that it is slow. And I definitely agree that I love the soundtrack. I didn't hate it, I didn't love it.
Oh,
It
okay.
just kind of there for me.
It's just there, yeah. Just floats around in
Mm.
the world. Yeah. That's how I feel about some films. But yeah, I think because I just kind of loathe people forcing morality on
Yeah,
me. I could see
Mm.
yeah,
this straight away
yeah. So do
in
I.
this
Yeah,
film.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so
Go watch Heretic if you want to see how to inject religion into a movie.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
At
in
least
a
they're obvious
good,
about that. I mean, that's the point of the film.
respectful way.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Baron, It Follows. Any thoughts?
Didn't love it. Very much a non-entity for me. I don't even have a strong memory of the music. I mean,
Okay.
I don't remember hating the music. And usually if the music is bad, I will strongly remember it because it's a big thing for
Mhm.
me.
Mhm, mhm,
The music builds, it's a
mhm.
character in the film.
It is.
So I don't have a strong memory of It Follows, which is probably as damning an indictment as you're going to get from someone like me. But very
Yeah.
similar to Soxy, I will always try and find something good about a
Yeah, that
film.
is true.
I
That
don't
is
think I've
true.
seen it more than once.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I
I've
watched it
only seen
once.
it the once, but
I did.
I
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
remember it. I remember films I dislike more than I
Yeah,
like.
that's
That's for
right. And
that.
that's why I had to rewatch it before I went, oh, I don't like this. Because I'm like, you
Yeah.
can't just say
All
that
right.
without watching it again. So,
Last
yeah.
question before we move on to Soxy's. Can you number four? Because that was my number four. It Follows. Are you going to go see G Noir or anyone else? They follow because it is coming.
Oh,
The sequel.
really?
The sequel's coming. Yeah.
Okay.
Look,
I will check it
May
out. I
be
will
I,
see.
completed.
I will
I'll
see. I will
probably
see.
see it.
look,
Yeah.
Streaming. I will
I
have a
will
look.
watch everything, and to see
Yeah.
whether I like
Laura,
it or not
yes,
like
yes.
it. I won't
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like take this grandstand and go, I don't like, and I'm not going to do it. Uh,
Mm.
I hope for the best,
I hope for the best. I hope it's
expecting the
not
worst.
just four
Yeah.
people walking far too slowly towards someone who's going towards their next sex scene.
Yeah, that's right. You know, that we have
Yeah.
to have sex with somebody to get rid of this devil or whatever it is. Yeah,
Yeah. Thank you, Gina. Yeah, because I don't like that
Yeah.
film either.
yeah.
Um, Soxy, your number four, please.
Ooh, I'm gonna go with the entire Paranormal Activity franchise.
Bloody hell, that was
I
my.
I found them somewhat captivating in the first few. I liked that they had different, especially the first film had different endings in different cinemas and different
Yeah.
countries. It was all a bit all over the place
The reason for
with that.
that, yeah, there's a reason
D?
why I had different
Hmm?
endings in that.
What's
Yes,
the
yes,
what?
I
Yeah.
love that.
Because the original director had made this on a shoestring budget of like $15,000 or something.
Mm,
Crazy,
Yeah.
crazy cheap amount of money. But I think once Paramount got a hold of it, they put some other endings in and some other bits in, and they spent another
Yeah.
200,000 on just tweaking with it. So
mm,
Oh,
that's why
okay.
you have so
Okay.
many different versions of it. But for that 15,000 that he originally put in, they ended up in the box office getting $195 million.
Mm,
hmm
mhm.
Uh,
This went
sorry.
berserk. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
You
the
go. It's
main
not
Don't
there.
kill
reason
the cash cow.
the
No.
main reason that I say this is overrated is because I don't find it very easily rewatchable. The first time
Nah.
around, it's quite captivating. You get into it, you want to see what's going on. They've got like all these like
Yeah.
different sort of the witchy sort of thing happens, and then there's like a weird spin-off where it's all in Mexico and all these things happen. But to rewatch them, I can't do it. It is so painfully just difficult to
Yeah.
watch them again.
No.
But each to their own. I know a lot of people who love them and rewatch them regularly, and that's their thing. But
Yeah.
I just can't do it.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
the only thing that I find redeemable, I guess, about it is that this was the one film that really cemented Blumhouse as
Mm.
as
Yes, it was them. Yes, yeah.
as a production company because he was working for Paramount at the time. He saw a lot in this film, and that set him down that path of really working on his production company. But in saying that, it's that's probably all we really got out of that.
Mm.
I mean, there's things I have to say here that the sequels were forced because it was just a guy in his house. He just put it in his own house was his film set.
Yeah.
Like he just worked in that. So there was no possible thought in the future for sequels. So everything that came after it was forced and the law was forced.
Mm.
Concepts were forced later to try and keep this franchise that did make a lot of money going. I think one more last thing about
Yes, please.
Paranormal. I just have to talk because it was in my notes and I won't get to talk about it exactly all the way. It's the pool what is it, creepy crawly, the creepy crawly coming out of the pool.
Yeah.
I think that was purely put there as pool owners because it is scary. Creepy crawlers are scary because they take a lot of maintenance, they cost a lot of money, and they break all the time. That was just for rich people to stress about their creepy crawlies. There you go.
Yeah. And also their children. Have a look on YouTube. Look up Paranormal Activity Part 2. There is a fan film out there on YouTube that is better than the official second part of this franchise, for real. It's actually really, we've seen it. Yeah, it's really good.
And
I forget the details, but check it out. G?
Yeah, and also on that note, I would say watch the little documentary, that story of paranormal activity. The story of paranormal activity. It's all about the whole financing, the whole
Oh yeah, no, I'd watch that. Yeah, thank you.
Blumhouse, the whole getting in, and so it explained all that. So it's a really great little lesson on marketing and film. So yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
Are we good with paranormal? Are we done?
Yeah, we're done with paranormal.
Okay. All right. G, Noir, get ready to speak more, and probably you too, Baron, and probably Suxy, probably all of you, because I know I'm alone in this. My number 3, top overrated horror film, and I will say it is a horror because it fits into the culture. I'm sorry, it's the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh, F you. Musical, that doesn't count as horror. You just did that to annoy us. That's all you did that for.
Yeah.
You just come here to be an instigator. That's all you're doing.
Keep going. Keep going. I'll start when you're finished. I'm sorry.
My question to you, Mr. Popcorn, is: are you talking about the original 1970s version,
or the remake?
Or
the remake?
The movie, the 70s movie.
There's
okay,
two.
all right, just checking.
But all of
two
it.
Films. Like, people don't realize there's 2 films for that.
I don't care. This movie is corny. Musicals suck. This movie is corny. The ending is ridiculous. Let's just give up writing the script. And I've had to bite my tongue with everyone dressing up, throwing rice, having little parties, going to see it for the 576th time. Nah, this movie's as bad as
I'm so gonna
Room.
invite you to a Rocky Horror Picture Show. I'm gonna have it just for you. I don't even want to have one.
That's all
I
I
don't
have to
even
say.
want one. I'm gonna have one just for you.
Well, I couldn't disagree more. Like it is one of my top favorite films, but each to their own. I can understand how not everyone loves
I'm alone. It's just like me and the Beatles. I'm alone.
I definitely think I definitely think that the sequel Shock Treatment is probably not the greatest film ever. And I really didn't like the remake. I really tried to.
It was a remake, wasn't there? Oh
yeah.
my God.
Like, I watched
suffered through
it.
put that out into the back of my brain. So
I liked the concept of the beginning of the remake where they're all going to the cinema to sort of watch the Rocky Horror Picture Show, but
Yeah.
then it kind of like it almost reminded me of is it a made-for-TV movie? Because it certainly reminded me of one.
It was. Yeah.
Okay.
It went straight to streaming, didn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Could
It
have,
was one
yeah, I think so. It it had some interesting concepts. I liked that it was a transgender actress, I believe, who played
Frankenfurter.
Frankenfurter. I liked the concept of that. I don't think it was executed very well, unfortunately. It
You know, the use
it
of drag these
exists.
days, it could have been done so much better. It was not. It made it cheesy when it didn't have to be cheesy. Where the original is cheesy, of course it's cheesy, Gene. That's what it's meant to be cheesy. Calling you out right there, sitting in your footy.
Did I say
it's
I
well
like?
done,
Did I
cheesy.
say I like cheese? Did I say I like cheese at all? Apart from the actual food, which is my favorite.
Look, I think for me, the film was part of my childhood. It was my mother, my grandmother, everyone that I had in my family loved it. I was shown it. Another film that I was shown way too early, didn't understand most of the concepts of it.
Yeah.
Used to dress up as Frankenfurter, you know, for do shows. My sister had to play all the female parts. I had to play all the boy parts because I knew Frankenfurter was one of the boy characters and he was the lead. So I, you know, yeah. I have a huge affection for it for that reason. It's part of my childhood, which I don't think that's a good idea, but that's what it is.
And I continue to hold my tongue for the next 10 years.
Yeah. Come at me like that.
Okay, next. I'm in danger of my well-being. Next, please.
You really are.
It's Vanessa.
Oh, my turn again. Well, I'm gonna go with 2021's Old. I did not love that film.
Okay.
I found like it was very, very hyped at the time that it was being released,
Yeah,
and
it was.
everything from the wooden acting to the fact that I just felt like everything that sort of happens to do with the horror aspect sort of happens, a lot of it off screen.
Yeah.
It could have been such a disturbing, amazing, terrifying film, and then it just kind of they dialed it so far back. And then the ending, it just never ended. Every time I thought it's finally going to end, and then it would just keep going and going, and it just wasn't for me.
So you did all the endings, and then like,
yeah, Return of the King syndrome with the ending there. Yeah. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen Old. I doubt I will, to be perfectly honest. Concept wise, and I heard the reports, and I'm like, nah, I'm good. Yeah. Baron, Old.
Poor old M. Night Shyamalan's not giving him.
No, he's getting hit. He's getting hit, isn't he?
Look, honestly, the trailer I thought was amazing. I really enjoyed the trailer, so I went to see it at the cinema and was not impressed. I've not revisited it. I would agree, it's not a great movie. No shade on anyone that worked on it.
All that.
It's not a classic.
That's right.
But
yeah, we don't hate you, M. Night.
No.
I don't think he cares. Like, I don't really. I don't think
he cries himself to sleep on a big bag of money.
That's right. Better opinion.
But look, it is loved by people. I don't think it's a very good movie. The concept was great when it felt like it was a episode of the Twilight Zone, maybe. Like you could get a 40-minute episode of the Twilight Zone out of this. I don't think it needed the feature film treatment.
Yeah, short films are a good thing. Don't shy away from short films. I guess they don't make money is the thing. But it's a great format. You can really concisely convey a concept, like Night Swim, the short film, for example.
Short film is amazing.
There's something could be a short film.
Yeah.
And therefore you could
It's not a bad thing. It's not brevity. It's a good thing. Yeah. But yeah, fair there, Vanessa. That is fair. I'll let you know if I ever watch it. Sorry, M. Night. Barrett. to your
Good for
number
you.
2?
Up to number 3.
3. Okay, after you, please.
My 3. So my number 3 is The Grudge. Now, before you start fighting me, I don't mean Ju-on The Grudge. I mean the American remake
Oh,
of
okay.
Ju-on The
Oh, no.
Grudge,
I agree with
Okay.
you.
with
Okay.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer
Buffy,
in
yeah,
it.
yeah.
And Bill Pullman, like it's got a cast of amazing actors, but they tried to make an American film out of a Japanese product in Japan. Um, what they should have done if they were going to do an American version of The Grudge is set it in America, just have American actors in it. Like I get that you're basing it on a Japanese myth, but there's no reason why a Japanese myth couldn't happen in America. So
Yeah.
it really
Yeah.
didn't
Yeah.
know what it was. So it was either a Japanese myth or it was an American movie or it was American people in Japan who didn't understand. It
I think this
just
is true for
it
all
was
the
a mess.
versions. Like
It was a
all of the
mess.
Japanese movies that get done by Americans. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not just calling you all Americans. Like, it sounded very angry there. But, The Ring, Dark Water, like all of it. Like,
That was
it has,
garbage.
Yeah.
yeah.
But The
The
Ring was
feel that
good.
they have in the Japanese versions is so lost in the translation.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Yeah, The Ring was good. I enjoyed The Ring,
mm,
and I watched The Grudge on the basis of The Ring.
yeah,
And
I didn't.
they captured lightning in a bottle with The Ring, not
Mm.
Ringu, The Ring.
I
But
know.
then
Yeah.
they tried to do it with Dark Water and this, and it just
Mm.
was a mess.
Yeah.
Yeah, The Ring had the same director as Ringu. Same Japanese
Yes.
Yeah.
dude came across to America to do it.
Yeah,
That's why
Yeah.
right.
that one
That makes
worked
no
for
sense to
people.
me.
Mm.
Yeah, that's
Mm.
why that one worked for people. Darkwater, there's
Oh, that was bad.
yeah, oh, that was bad, the American one. But anyway,
Yeah.
Georgina, where are we up to with you? What number?
Who are you up to with me?
Because
All
we've had double
right.
ups.
Before we get to me, can we have a bathroom break?
Yeah, sure,
Is that okay?
sure. So, Gina, your number 2, top 5 overrated horrors. What is it?
Glasses. Shit, sorry.
Snap, snap, snap.
I can't see shit. Can you pause again? Hang on. I gotta find them.
Oh, that's all right. No, that's okay. That's okay. We can keep vamping. We can
Oh,
keep vamping.
sorry.
Um, see, I've got glasses too. I don't wear them. They're not prescription. They're just ones I found. And it's because I don't have prescriptions. Hello. I like horror. Yes, you like
The
horror.
bane of my existence, needing to be able to see.
And then you get a head spin after it.
Oh yeah, that running gave me a head spin.
All right, what is it? Speak.
All right, it is The Conjuring.
Oh,
Mm.
okay. This is your number 2. Ooh, go, please.
Fundamentally, all down to the whole Warrens in general for me.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
The
This is an
Warrens,
episode. Carry on.
yeah, it is an episode on
It
its own.
is. Yeah.
The Warrens are just grifter,
Yeah.
liars, and charlatans. They are not ghost hunters. They are people that have taken advantage of many people throughout their entire career.
Time to this day, they make bank off the movies to
That's
this day.
right. I mean,
Yeah.
that
Mm.
Yeah.
down to even Amityville, as well,
Mhm,
which I was
mhm,
tossing
mhm,
between the two kind of ideas of both of these. And
mhm.
it is mainly because of that. I just cannot finance people that
Yeah,
are
okay. Okay.
these kind of people. And the fact that it has become part of our popular culture,
Mhm.
the whole Conjuring, the Annabelle, the whole
Annabelle. Yeah.
idea as
Mm.
people have a belief that these
It's a
things are
universe.
actually
Yeah, it's a
true.
cinematic universe. Yeah.
It is
Mm.
that this is true events. Also, just not taking away from the actual films themselves. They're just teen horror. They're your first horror. The first horror you go and see, um,
Sure.
with your
Mm.
girlfriend, boyfriend. It's jump scares. There's an awful lot of substance to the actual films themselves. Um, And yeah, that's yeah. Nothing more than that is really my reasoning is I just find them boring as films because of that. They're just
Okay.
generalized jump scare films that do not um I do not find joy in.
Okay. No,
Yeah.
Okay.
that's
Yeah.
fair. That's fair.
Fair enough.
Certainly on
Yeah.
the political angle, I'm not going to argue that
Yeah.
because they are pieces of shit. They
Yeah.
really, really are.
No.
As far in terms of the films, there I enjoy them on a popcorn level. I'm not going
Me
to
too.
tell them to be
Yeah.
more than they are. But yeah, yeah. I mean, the Warrens, F them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
totally.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We want to put
and
this in some kind of reality, which there's no
mhm.
real reality there that it's being grabbed from. When people are talking about the Annabelle touring at the moment, go, don't open the box. I'm like, oh my God, don't.
You've got a thing here. There's a pattern emerging with real life events and how it's conveyed fictionally on the screen. I've
Mm.
noticed
Yeah.
there, G at Noir. How do you feel about scumbags making films that you like,
I mean, I the
rather than just films about scumbags?
or just like people that are scumbags in general. I mean, if you paint them out to be the scumbags that they are,
Yeah, yeah,
instead
but
of
what
the
if a scumbag
story.
makes a film?
Oh, a scum. I mean, that's with
Art and
everything,
artist
isn't it?
separation. That's what I'm
That
asking.
is
Mm.
that is with everything really. There's a lot of musical artists and stuff that are not great people. There's a lot of people
Sure,
that
sure.
I mean as artists we're not perfect
No,
beings.
no.
There's
Uh,
definitely bad guys everywhere. So it is I sometimes don't wanna go, I'm not gonna watch the film because you're a piece of shit. Uh,
Mm.
but let's not celebrate pieces of shit in
let's
turn.
not celebrate pieces of
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Okay,
And make them
okay.
It's
out to be these heroes, which is, yeah.
it's a very difficult subject because while I definitely don't want to be supporting, if I know someone's a scumbag, I don't want to support them. If it's a
Mm.
film or a piece of music that I want to see or listen to, I especially with physical media, I try to pick it up
Mm.
secondhand so then the money isn't going towards the scumbag.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
I
tricky one,
don't
eh?
endorse illegal downloads, but I understand sometimes it's what some people may do to view things if
Sure,
they don't want to
sure.
support.
Yeah.
And it's such a difficult thing because especially now there's a lot of people who have been in the industries for a long time, and sometimes there'll be a song that is tied to a time in your life when it helped you, and
Yeah.
it's so difficult
Yeah,
just to go, I'm gonna
that's a
now
good
cut
point.
that thing out of my life that was such a big part of who I am today, or it helped me through this thing. It's very, very difficult, but I understand both sides.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand
But
Yeah.
both sides. Yeah,
if we look
yeah.
back to the concept of the Brat Pack or James Bond films or anything
Mm,
like that, fundamentally terrible fucking humans.
yes.
Mm.
You-
Hmm.
But,
Hmm.
but
Hmm.
that's where you're like, we let them get away with it at the time, but then, oh, they say they didn't know better. Oh, you didn't
Mm,
know better.
Yeah. The thing is, we're
Whatever.
working,
People
this is
know your shit.
all,
Yeah.
and this is all within the industry of film. And if we look at the history of
Yeah.
film and the industry of film itself, it's not great. It's a dark
Yeah.
mm,
place,
Yeah.
dark
it is
history. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
terrible.
yeah. Well, it's just food for thought at this stage, just food
Yeah.
for thought.
Mm,
So thank you there, G. I guess it's my number two.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Now, we just spoke a lot about The Grudge and the American Grudge. And we spoke about the director basically trying to transpose the Japanese approach in America. I mentioned the director of The Ring, how he took his concept of Ringu over to America and
Yeah.
Americanized it. And that's why The Ring is my number two. That's the American
Ooh.
2022 version. Sorry.
Yeah.
When
Well, yeah.
Ringu and Grudge came out, when Japanese horror hit New Zealand, I was in love. I thought this
Mm.
is amazing, these concepts, and
Mm.
also
Yeah.
just the style of the edit, their timing, the way they pull up tension. I hadn't seen anything like it before. I knew poetry from them, and I saw their
Yeah.
poetry reflected in their cinema, in their horror
Yeah.
cinema.
Oh,
And so I was,
absolutely.
yeah,
And they're
totally in
devils
love.
and stuff that
And
was not,
so,
Western culture devils. It was
yeah, all of
fine.
that. Remember
It's
the
such a
eyes?
rich
Yeah,
cultural history.
Remember the
yeah,
three trilogies, the anthology
Mm.
films? There was two of them.
yeah.
That stuff was amazing. And so with The Ring, for me, sorry, Scream Queen, I think we've discussed this before anyway. With The Ring, the Americanized version, with the memory, I call them memory arrows, where they go, hey, this bit, yeah, remember this bit?
Yeah, yeah.
Calling back to this
Yeah.
bit. Okay, you on the same
Remember this
page?
one?
Okay, we can
Yeah.
carry on now. Don't want that. Don't need
No,
it.
no, no.
Don't want it. It's
Yeah.
called, there's ambiguity for a reason. It leads to the atmosphere because these things you don't understand, and what you don't understand you fear, and you're just sinking in it.
Mm.
That's the skill of it. Doing big
Mm.
flashy cut
Yeah.
scenes with flashback to this, and she's standing on the boat. And by the way, the hair, that's because of not to lose face. It's about shame. Yeah. So
Yeah.
Americans just saw, oh, the hair's another monster. No, that's not the
Right.
point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all of that
Yeah.
is, yeah, why. I mean, I know this is a very beloved film for a generation, though, so please, I am aware
Mhm.
of that. I'm just saying that it didn't work for me, the Americanized version. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
They have to be the Japanese or nothing for these films.
Most of the time, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not even hard to watch Japanese subtitles because Japanese
No.
is spoken in such a
Ah,
way that it's not like watching a French film. You're like, oh God, what's
Yeah, blah,
going
blah,
on?
I'm French, hear me talk, hear me speak, blah, 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 blah,
It's
blah. No.
easy.
Yeah,
Japanese
they
is so
speak
full of emotion. You're
concisely.
getting
Yeah,
it
yeah,
anyway.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You don't need another version of it. Yeah.
Anyone else agree, disagree? The Ring, 2022?
Look, I enjoyed out of the
No,
Americanized Japanese
2002.
horror films they brought out, The Ring was my favorite.
Okay.
Mm.
Having said that, watch Ringu instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
definitely
because
prefer the Japanese, but I had fun with the Americanized. I don't think it's a great film, but on that level, I was a teenager when it came out,
I
and
get
my friends were
that. I
terrified of
totally
it.
get
So,
that. I totally
Make
get
it as
that.
good as they can.
Kids go back now and watch Nightmare on Elm Street, the original, and go, huh? This
Mm.
scared you? There's these wobbly arms going down an alleyway. That's
Wobbly arms.
yeah. So
Right.
I get it.
But
I
that
get
wasn't
it.
like, founded in some old world lore, was it? Just,
Mm.
you know,
Sure, sure,
um,
sure, 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 sure. Anyway, that's the ring.
that's
Soxy, do
right.
you have a number two?
Oh, so this will be my number one unless I think
Okay.
of another film.
Yeah.
All right. All right. All right.
2021's We're All Going to the World's Fair.
I
Oh,
didn't see that.
has anyone seen, G, have you seen this?
I watched half of it and I had to turn it off.
Oh God.
I haven't. I know
I
what it is. It's
I,
from the
I
director
have
of
to.
I Saw the TV Glow.
I've seen it up on my streaming going. I have to revisit that and see if it's worth finishing. And clearly,
see,
it's not.
I went into this film blind. I knew nothing about it. I don't think that would have mattered, honestly. Mo the majority of the film seems to be a character laying on a bed, watching TV.
I saw the trailer.
Um, there's a lot of sitting around outside. Nothing happens. A lot of it was honestly just a lot of just watching someone. It was a very repetitive, the same things over and over again. There was one scene which was I think it was a boy who was watching a screen and a hand comes out and pulls him through it. That was probably the highlight of the film for me. I'd rather see what that was about than the actual story. Um, I did not get the concept of it at all. It's only later on there was an interview with the director that said it was about transgenderism. I didn't get that at all
Get
from the
that out of
film.
that at all.
I think that is a fantastic concept. I'd rather see a film that was more about directly about that, even if it is a horror, than what we got out of this film. I know some people who love it. No shade on the director. It was great
Yeah.
for what it was, but it just wasn't for me. It was
No.
very monotonous.
At
Yeah.
first, the trailer of it, I thought I was gonna get some Channel Zero kind of,
Hmm.
weirdness, which I love that whole thing. I love things that like get me into this weird place where, like Jean said, the past film, like I don't understand, but I'm in this place and I'm happy here.
Mm.
I have to
Mm.
understand it. But yeah, no, that did not
Okay,
deliver.
Vanessa. The director
Yes.
of what is the full title of the film? We're All Going to the World's Fair is
Mm.
Jane Schoenbrunn.
Hmm.
Jane, I've seen interviews with Jane. Jane is queer,
Hmm.
and they directed I Saw the TV Glow, which is being celebrated as a queer
Yes.
film. Do you think the World's Fair was the warm-up, working out ideas to I Saw the TV Glow? Because you mentioned being pulled through the TV there, yeah?
Yeah, I definitely think it was. I definitely think that TV Glow is definitely a better film. Yeah, I guess that
Just yeah,
is
just throwing it out there, just to see, yeah.
yeah, but World's
But
Fair.
yeah,
Oh
okay.
my gosh, that
Okay.
oh
Is it
boy.
like what was that movie? Skinkeringabinks? What was it called?
Skinamarink, is that
Cinema.
That's the one. Skibbity Doo Ink. Is it like that? You're just walking around kind of trying to figure out what you're looking
uh
at?
no, I wouldn't say so. It's really just it's just a film that kind of focuses on this main character, and they're talking about something to do with something goes on in the screen, and they're literally just watching
Uh,
static on a screen, and
it
then
sounds too
occasionally something comes
vibesy
up,
for me.
and
It sounds like
Yeah.
just feel the
uh,
vibes. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, and I was not feeling those vibes.
Like
Yeah.
in where I saw the TV Glow, which I find is a bit more of a youth culture film.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
More
Yeah.
of
Okay.
a kids film. We've got a lot more of that now, like kids horror,
Mm,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
are
YA stuff. Yeah.
cool,
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but that gave me more of that Channel Zero kind of vibe,
yeah.
which I feel like is where they were gonna try and go with that other one, but they didn't nail it.
It
But
didn't get there.
no,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool choice. Cool choice. Where are we up to looking? Baron, is this your number
It's my number two.
two,
Uh,
please?
so my number two in this list is Cloverfield.
Ha!
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it sucks. Terrible. I agree.
I mean,
But
Please.
so many people love it.
I'll watch it because like there's a cool monster, but that's
Yeah,
I
but
I like
watch
how
the
it I like how it captured society. Like at the beginning, when you see the Statue of Liberty's head lands in the street and everyone just gets out
yeah.
their phones,
yeah,
I could see that
yeah,
happening,
yeah,
but
true.
as a film
Disaster
itself,
film,
it had so much potential and it didn't quite get there. But the is
Yeah,
it the prequel, sequel, bidquel, whatever it is with John Goodman? Amazing.
equal.
Great
That
film.
They
was
call
great.
it equal,
Great
where it
film.
happens at the
Yeah.
same time.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. 10
What was
Cloverfield Lane.
what
Yeah.
was the spaceship one though? That one freaking sucks. Like that one is when they're in the
I
spaceship.
I don't know. I don't know this
Okay,
one.
because
Oh, I
there's
know
like
the one you
three
mean. And they
films
did a
to them.
sequel to it as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that one.
And
I
they're in the
forget that one
spaceship.
exists.
Yeah, and
I
That
I
was
was
mean,
like
I mean,
straight to Netflix, wasn't it?
I
yeah, it
mean,
is. Yeah.
Sequel, no?
How did this
Yeah,
have
that
anything to do with any of this? How is this part of
yeah.
this like franchise? I don't
Well, I think
understand.
they're talking about making another one that's I
they are.
suppose is going to
Yeah.
bridge the gap, maybe, but
No, yeah,
No.
maybe.
uh,
Maybe.
Just go
But
to
it's
Star Wars
in
Abrams or something.
space.
Just yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but it's just it was so something nothing
mm,
in that like it was oh yeah great
Yeah.
there's cool monsters but you can't really see them. Oh, and we're not really going to tell you too much about the background, so realistically there's no threat. Oh, and by
mm,
the way, we don't care
Yeah.
about any.
Yeah.
Yeah,
mm.
Georgina, you were talking about certain movies with the lack of plot get to you. This is one that gets to me. This was
Yeah.
just noise and chaos,
Yeah.
basically, for an hour and a half, 2 hours, however long.
I
Yeah.
mean, basically, it's just a disaster film, right? It's just like, which they have their place, we
Mm.
like
Yeah,
they
yeah, sure.
and all that stuff. But yes,
You've
they
got to
like
have quiet
all of them
moments
really
of
like fun.
introspection where you get to know the people
Yeah.
affected by this disaster, then go back
Yeah.
into this
Mm.
That's
disaster. You're
about it.
with them, the stakes are higher,
Yeah.
not just for
Yeah.
an hour and a half.
Yeah. They're
But
taking
and
advantage
like
of the whole found footage situation.
Yes,
Mm.
they are.
I famously have a problem with the ending of The Mist. Stephen King's The Mist, or should I call it Frank Darabont's The Mist,
Yeah.
based on the actual novella. Having
Mm.
said that, The Mist is the superior version of this story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd give you that. Yeah.
Unknown
Yeah, I'd give you
spice and
that.
such. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, good choice. Cloverfield. Ugh.
Yeah, Cloverfield.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, never even
Ugh.
thought to hate that.
Yeah, nice. Nice. All right, number two, do you know what?
Oh, can't remember where we are now. I think
Have
this
you
one
got
was,
have you
in
got
my
two
opinion,
left?
it would have there's two left, but this would
Okay.
have been my second last or last film. We've had doubles up here, so we started from one, two,
Yeah,
three.
yeah, okay. Yeah, I get you.
But we'll just say we'll say number one. All right, for this.
So this is number one. All right, top
Be number
overrated
one
horror
now.
film.
We'll call it number one. I know what you did last summer, and look,
Mm.
I know
That's
it's a big deal.
my dishonorable mention. My
Right.
dishonorable mention
Yeah,
is
I'm
I
clapping
know
for that
you
one.
last-
I'm
I know it's going to become a
clapping for
big
that
deal
one.
soon. The next one's coming out, all
Mhm.
that. Everyone's going to be talking about this. And I think it was just a child of its time. It was
Yeah.
just on the back of all slasher films were,
Scream. Yeah.
yeah, slasher
Mm.
films were
Ah.
in. Slasher films were in, and we needed to get something out really quickly that would go with this whole slasher love
Yeah.
at the time.
It was
And
it was too late to the bandwagon.
it really was.
Mm.
Who's got big boobs? Spin around in a circle 2 or 3 times in the movie.
What are you waiting
Yeah.
for?
I
Yeah.
mean, your bad guy is just some poor dude that works at the docks. It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's anti the working
He's not even
class.
a bad guy. He's
It's
not a
anti-working
machine.
class.
He's just a dude in a slicker with a
Oh,
whole,
it's bougie. It's
very old world
Yeah.
campfire ghost stories. You just went, okay, slasher, that'll do.
Yeah.
Let's put this together. And then we'll have a film. We'll put some teenagers in it, and that's our film. So yeah, it could have been more if no, it couldn't have been more. No, it was just it was just something
It was
thrown
what it
together
was.
to
Yeah.
just
Mm.
make some money.
Look,
And
I agree.
honest,
It is overrated. I actually really enjoy this one. I was always surprised that we got two sequels out of it.
I was
Yeah.
surprised.
Was
I was
there?
very surprised.
But I definitely agree. It's not a great film, but I had a lot of fun with it. It's just cheesy, silly, and
Yeah,
I like the hook with the hand. That sort of story goes far back in
it really
horror
Yeah, it does.
stories.
not
Yeah,
theirs.
And
yeah,
It's not theirs, and
yeah.
that's what I don't like about it. It's not theirs. It's not your story. You
Mm.
didn't make your
Okay.
bad guy in this. You just stole some campfire story and just threw it in there because slashers are making money right now. Um, with
Yeah.
Scream and even Urban Legend. Like
Yeah,
these
it's better.
things were
Urban Legend's better. Final
Urban
Destination's
Legend's
better.
better.
Scream's
Oh,
certainly better.
yeah,
Um,
Scream was
I,
making a lot of money in the box office, and there we go. I know what you did
I'm
last.
gonna put this out there, but I think that Shriek, if you know what I did last Friday the 13th, is a better film.
I love that film.
What on earth is that?
I'm not seen
What
it.
did
It
you
came
just
out
say?
about the same time as Scary Movies, so I think a lot of
Yes.
people
Oh,
missed it.
right, it's one of these
But
spooky ones.
it's but it's
Yeah.
very similar as well
Yeah.
to
Okay.
Scary Movie.
Right.
But definitely recommend it.
I kind of
Let's
like
put it on the list. Let's put it on the list.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yes.
We've got
Yeah.
because we've got Scary Movie 6, I think, in the not too distant future. Yeah,
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 right.
something
Yeah,
warm up,
it's
something
about
like that.
time. It's about time they came
Yeah.
back. We
Yeah,
need
it
this
is.
that would be
Oh,
project
there's
back.
so
Relive
much
that one,
material.
yeah.
So much material would be
Just,
great.
so many films that have come out recently that they could
Yeah.
work with.
Mm.
Yeah,
I know.
absolutely.
I look forward to stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, okay, cool. Okay. If you think of another one there, Soxy, let us know.
Mm.
So, I believe we're up to me with my number two. No, I did
Yes.
number two with the ring. It's actually
No,
my number
number one.
one. Okay. Children of Popcorn. It's been good. Baron, it's been nice to know you. My number one top overrated horror is doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo. I'm sorry, it's Steven Spielberg's Jaws.
I'm gonna be that person and say it's actually a thriller, not a horror.
It's the prototype slasher. It's the prototype slasher.
Yeah.
To counteract you there. I'm sorry. Yes, again, I've been speaking about classics for their time, and I understand entirely why this film is. I understand how film works, yeah, and the industry works. Of course, I get it. Watching
That's
it,
it.
I know, Baron.
Yeah.
I know.
it's one
Watching
of my
it-
favorite
Watch-
films of all time.
Watching it,
Mic drop, I'm
sorry.
outta here.
Watching it, sorry. It's one of those 70s film where you have grown men standing around in rooms shouting at each other. That's pretty much the majority of the action, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I understand behind the scenes what happened with the shark, but on screen it was not effective, even when the final big reveal did
Mm.
not sell it for me. I found the guys on the boat corny, especially was it Burt Reynolds who was the old, yeah, the
Yeah.
shark,
No.
Pub.
yeah, what the
But I
Simpsons?
don't.
Remember the Simpsons took that off doing the same thing? That's where they got it from, is this movie. Yeah, Jaws, again, respect out the
No,
zoo,
I
of
agree.
course, but nah,
It
I
definitely
can't.
comes under overrated film. It definitely comes under overrated film. It's God, everyone had to watch it, right? It's one of those things that they put on at 8:30 at night, uh, on a school night. Everybody had to watch this film, so everybody knows it. Um, but there's some good aspects, but yeah, it is definitely an overrated
It's
film.
just me. This is with the
Yeah,
Beatles
yeah.
and Rocky Horror. This is just me. Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
get you a shark
Um,
and I'll clean and whatever.
but
The
Baron, please speak so I know
Yes.
our friendship is okay.
No. How dare you? No, everybody's opinion is valid, and
Yeah.
it's not for everyone. It just so happens that Rocky Horror Picture Show and Jaws I saw really early. Like they were
Me
my
too.
formative opinions
I didn't
of
see these
of
Mhm.
films early. I'm as
Yeah.
old as you, but I didn't see them early.
Clearly, we
Yeah.
all had bad parents, and genes were actually really
Oh,
good.
for me, it was my cousin supplying all these films, so shout
Yeah.
out to him.
Um,
So for me, my
Please.
parents were running the Crown Hotel in Toowoomba, and the people that owned the building that the pub was in also owned part of the block. And in that block was a video game arcade and then the Strand Cinema in Toowoomba. So that was all owned by one person.
right.
And because we ran the pub, I would get free games at the arcade and I would get in any time I wanted to any movie at the
Or
cinema,
best
which
job in
is
the world.
That's amazing.
which is
Best
why when I
kids
was
ever.
7, I saw the Rocky Horror Picture Show and Jaws.
Okay. Seven. Oof.
Wonderful.
Oof. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I get
so
why
yeah,
Jaws scares people as well. Yeah, I'm not afraid of
yeah,
sharks, but I
You
get
watched it
it.
early, I
oh,
think.
I am,
Yeah.
You
I
know.
am.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
have
yeah,
I
yeah.
have crippling cilantроphobia.
Dangerous Animals is gonna destroy you, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
All
look
due
forward to
respect.
hearing what you have to
All
say
due
about them.
respect. Yeah.
I
There's
have
those
more problems
sharks.
with
Yeah.
I have more problems with alligators in my pool because of Alligator, the movie. Like
I
Fair enough.
love Alligator. It is an
alligators in my
amazing
pool.
movie,
I thought,
and the
I
sequel
get
did.
sharks in the pool, but an alligator was in the pool, and then
So yeah,
I
no,
don't have
if
Mm.
a
Baron, please.
body of water could conceivably hold a shark, regardless of whether I know a shark could be there or not,
yeah,
I
right.
still have to look
Hmm
behind me.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Okay. Yeah. I
Now,
see why
I'll
this movie
reveal
would
something
affect you.
even
Hmm
I'll reveal something even further, and I've worked out this is where it comes from. So I saw Jaws on the Saturday. On the Sunday was that of that weekend was my swimming certificate test.
Mm.
And one of the things that we had to do in the swimming certificate test is we had to swim fully clothed 2 lengths of an Olympic-sized swimming pool as quickly as possible. The whole time that I was doing that, the swimming teacher was screaming at us from the side of the pool. There was probably 4 or 5 of us screaming at us, go
And there's
faster,
a
go
shark behind
faster.
you.
There's a shark behind you.
Oh,
It's so funny, Scott, because before you said that, I used to train as a swimmer for most of my youth, and they used to use that as an example as
Yeah,
well. It must be
Mm.
something that they're told to do. Pretend that there's a shark chasing you
yeah,
and make you go faster.
yeah.
Uh,
Fucked me up
terrible.
I
for
bet.
life.
This is why
This
we're Gen
is
Xers,
this
right?
is growing up in Australia as well, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
little bit because we didn't have that. No, we didn't have
Yeah.
that.
That's right.
You
And
know,
there's
a
a shark behind you.
tangy fa,
Get
a
it.
power patty, a
The
Yeah.
kiwi.
flounder,
Oh, no,
a
no good
kiwi.
in killing
Yes,
that
the
kiwi.
killer kiwi.
Yeah,
You
there's
know,
a wetter behind you.
you know, kiwis are blind as well. Yeah, they're blind.
Yeah,
They can't
poor
fly.
thing.
They're the most useless
They really
animal.
don't deserve to live, but they should know.
Okay. Well, that wasn't as painful as I thought, but yeah, my number one is
You
Jaws.
got away with it.
I did get away.
I did accidentally accidentally do that thing that we'd all watched it so young, Jaws, that I went to show Zam's son when he was about 6 or 7, it as well, and we got to the first kill, and he nearly mentally broke down. I'm like, oh, that's not
Okay.
okay.
All right.
Kids
Okay.
these days don't take those films as much as
He
we
still
did.
remembers it, so he still remembers that's what I did to him.
Just a side note, if you've never seen The Children of the Popcorn, go watch his movie before that called Duel, Duel.
Yeah.
It's really good. Steven Spielberg, and it's basically about this guy getting away from this big ass truck that won't stop
Yeah.
following him on the road. The tension, the pace is excellent. It's excellent. It's great, great film. It's probably my favorite Steven Spielberg film, if you will, is
Yeah.
Duel. Yeah, yeah. Do we have any number ones left? Where are we up to?
I do.
I've lost track.
You have one? Oh,
The Baron. All right. What's your
no.
number one, please?
My number one, and this is probably gonna the people are gonna hate me for it, but that's okay. Not necessarily you people, but people out there.
You general.
That's why we're
Rosemary's
here.
Baby.
Ooh,
Mm.
interesting.
Oh,
That's
that's
an
a hard call for
interesting
me.
choice. Because I wasn't
Um,
that fussed with it either, but this is up there with The Exorcist and The Omen.
Yeah, and The
Yeah.
Omen
Yeah,
and all that sort
yeah,
of thing. It's a formative horror, but it's
yeah.
just so dour.
And it's dull. It's dour and it's dull. Yeah, it's too long.
It's got no life to it. Like there's a horror movie, you have to want to live. And Rosemary Baby, every time I've tried to watch it, just sucks the life out of me. And it's like, I just want to watch something else that I'm going to have some fun with.
but I really think that's like what's happening to the character, you know? I feel like you're feeling what's happening
I know.
to her. That's where she is, and that's her lot in life.
Yeah.
That's where like what's happening is what's making me feel that, you know?
For me, there wasn't enough evil because Exorcist is just as slow as this. The Omen's just
Yeah,
as slow.
but there's more evil.
Amityville Horror is a TV movie.
Yeah.
There was. I mean, there wasn't enough of they never did enough with the presence of evil. It was just.
Yeah.
It was just they all decided that this presence exists, but they really filmically did not show that until
No,
the
they
end.
did.
I do think
Yeah,
it's like a
yeah.
deconstruction of this woman's innocence until she is broken down. Until
Yeah.
It's not a bad film. Don't get me
you
wrong.
know,
It's not a
yeah,
bad film.
yeah, you know, and so the whole thing is innocence psychological. It's to bring her down, and she doesn't know what's what anymore, and makes her the perfect vessel then
Do you
for.
like the film, Georgina?
I do like the film because
You
of
do
that.
like the film, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm in the
Oh,
same
okay.
boat.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
it's again definitely a film of its time. It's
Yeah.
women aren't in this place where this character is anymore, so it's almost impossible to, you know, have her being forced to do all these things that she doesn't know what to do.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah,
Believe
yeah,
everybody
yeah.
else, but it's not me.
Not in
Yeah.
Australia. Not here anyway. No,
Yeah,
you'll get
yeah.
kicked in
Well,
the
yeah,
nuts.
exactly
You'll get
right.
kicked
Yeah.
in the nuts if you try it here.
Yeah, that's right. You know,
Yeah.
but we feel for that character in that sense that, you know, she is weak for a reason because she is naive and she is manipulated completely throughout the film to basically just be this vessel.
Is this
Yeah.
a good for her film then? Because we've got a gender split with this film pretty much.
No, I don't
No?
feel like
Okay.
this is good for her. I think it doesn't work out well for her in the end, does it? She doesn't
No.
No.
rise
What am I
up
saying?
and
Actually, what am I
everything.
saying? Yeah.
There is a number two to this, which is like off the hook, and it's just weird. That
What
it's,
about
didn't see
the
it.
sun or something?
yeah, that is just
Yeah.
this weird,
There's
funky,
also
weird
a
picture and just
Julia
there's a
Garner.
remake. They
Garner's
turned it
film.
into a mini series as well in, I want to say, 2014. Uh, I think the film was better personally.
yeah.
It's Julia Garner. That's her name, the blonde curly hair from Ozark here. Anyone?
No,
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Apartment 408. Now this is
that is
connected.
very similar to it. It's almost
Isn't it about the
like,
neighbor? Isn't it about Rosemary's neighbor?
oh, is that what it is? Because
Yeah.
I got Rosemary's Baby's vibes from this, and I was just saying to Zam, like, this is just seems like exactly Rosemary's Baby, but
Yeah,
this
no, it's connected, Georgina. It's directly
right.
connected. I'm
Well, that
just
makes a
bringing it.
hell of a
I'm
lot of
just
sense.
bringing it up here
Like the weird,
now.
creepy neighbors that, you know, took on responsibility for her, which they did in the original
Okay.
film as well.
Mm.
The film,
So
the film is Apartment 74,
Yeah.
2024 American psychological horror.
Yeah. Well, that makes
Now,
sense now. Yeah.
So the film I was thinking of is the sequel, Look What's
Prequel.
Happened to Rosemary's Baby from 1976.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
the weird one. That's the weird one with the
This
son. Yeah.
Apartment 74 is a prequel to Rosemary's Baby.
Yes. Yeah.
Ah,
Mhm.
I'm gonna rewatch that in that vein
Yeah,
of
watch
thinking
it in
about
that vein.
it
Watch
as
it in that vein. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I want to watch it because Ghana rules. I'll watch anything she's
Yeah.
in. Yeah.
Mm.
But yeah, okay, good choice though. Got a good discussion out of there because Ugly
Yeah.
Stepsister is going to be not gender divided, but it's going to be about gender. The Ugly Stepsister. Yeah,
It
Mm.
Oh,
really
yeah.
is.
yeah,
Yeah.
It really
yeah.
is.
Beauty standards and gender.
Oh, for sure.
Yes.
You see the similarities to the substance. She never saw the substance, the director, before she created the film, but then she watched it afterward. Yeah, okay, but shut up.
I don't really see the connection as such.
You
I
know
don't see
the points
Yeah.
there was synthwave parts in the film, the dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
modernized little
The
touches.
same subject as well, you
I
know,
think
but
that's what they're connecting. It's a loose connection. It really is a
It
loose
really is a
Mm.
loose connection. It's
Yeah.
like if we gave us all a certain character to do something about, and we all wrote a story about that character, they'd all be about that character, but they'd be a little different. But they'd all be
Yeah, and
Mm.
let these
And I think
films
that's what you're doing here. You're just trying to,
let these films exist on their own as well, because if we lump all
Yeah.
films about body standards and gender issues together, it takes away, it lessens the issue. You know what I mean? Because it takes away many voices and makes it one homogenized whole. That's
Yeah.
not the point. There are many voices in this. Yeah.
That's right.
Honestly, though, how do we know that the maker of the substance didn't watch Body Melt?
Mm.
Mm.
There
Oh,
is
sure.
that.
It's,
We have
Speaking
to
of,
everything is
examine that.
inspired by something else. So
yeah,
if you
was it
keep going
speaking
on,
of, have you seen about the lawsuit with the film Together that's coming out soon?
I heard
They're
it
being
vaguely. Yes, go,
Yeah,
please.
they're being sued by the makers of Better Half, which came out a few years ago. It turns out that some people involved in Together originally had the script for Better Half. They
Right.
dropped off the film,
Oh.
and they're saying it's a virtually shot-for-shot remake. Apparently, even there's like
no.
a point in the film where they pick up like a record, like a music record. And it's even the same record in
No,
both films, which is
guys, come
apparently not
on.
even anything to do with the
literally
plot.
the same prop or like just
It's the same album that they
Yeah,
pick
same.
up, and it has nothing to do with the
It is.
plot of either film, apparently. It'll be very interesting to see what happens with this lawsuit. I still hope that we get to see Together. I'd love
I want to
Yeah.
see that. The
compare the
trailer
two
looks
for
great.
myself.
Yeah.
Seems good.
Trailer
Yeah.
looked great. Yeah.
But yes, I haven't seen the original film that's they're being sued by, which I do look forward to checking out though, because I would like to see the
Yeah, I'd like
comparisons
to check
between the two
Yeah.
for myself.
Yeah.
Watch
But,
it as a double feature.
Yeah, absolutely.
Come up
But
against each
if
other.
these allegations are
Yeah.
true, I'm very sad to hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, good God, people, don't do that.
Mm-mm.
No,
Problem
no.
with inspiration versus
Yeah.
copying. It's a fine line sometimes.
That hurts the genre.
Yeah.
That hurts the genre doing that
Yeah.
sort of thing.
It
Don't do that.
does.
Yeah. Oh, ouch. Is that everyone?
Yeah.
Honorable
so.
mentions,
Nothing up my
I
sleeve.
guess. Honorable mention. Didn't
Well,
you have one left
I did
over
my
or something?
dishonorable mention, which is I know what you did last summer.
Dishonorable. Dishonorable, yes.
Yeah.
I
My
can't.
dishonorable was
Yeah.
Amityville Horror because it went down the
Yeah,
same
sure.
line of
Yeah, okay.
thing,
Okay.
you know, it was just basically a true crime, which you just so people have been murdered in a family, and you've turned it into something supernatural, which
The book's
Um,
much
Mm.
creepier than the movie.
I
Yeah,
agree.
read the books, yeah.
I really didn't like in the second book how they changed the ending of the first book. I understand why they did it, but I thought the original ending in the first book so much better than that damn rewrite.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I agree.
We're still all friends, they're children. You can still all be
Yeah.
friends discussing film and having differing
That's
opinions.
right.
Absolutely.
It's easy.
People
It's
can live
this
having different
easy.
opinions, right?
Yes.
Except
Yes.
about Jaws.
Survive.
We'll do an episode of you. I watch Jaws, you tie me down, and then you just go with a pointer. And here, this is why this one.
And I'll dance for you my Rocky
Yeah.
Horror music while you're watching it.
While
With a
Sadaku just
metaphor.
sits in a corner. And then we look out the window, there's teenagers walking slow, horny teenagers walking slowly.
Don't do it, man.
All right, shall we sign off? This has been good. Thank you,
Yes,
people.
that's
Yeah. I'll start, and thank you so much, Children of the Popcorn. Thank you so much, my cohorts. This has been fun. Absolutely. Soxy, what say you?
This has been fun again. Thanks for having me back, and I look forward to the next one.
Me? Hello, me. God, it's me. It's always about me. No, I've had a great time, and like Jen said, well, Mr. Popcorn said, sorry. We're all still friends. We all still survived, and hope to do this again soon.
Yeah, we should revisit in some way,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, absolutely.
go to bed, children. Go to bed. Da dun da dun. Dun, 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 dun,
I'm
dun.
horny. Ooh.
Oh, I love it when you're evil. This is